Hello, it's Tamara Hunter again, and it is hour number 15 at the 24-hour Service Heroes Telethon that is benefiting Chemo Buddies for Life. And some of you know him and some of you don't, but if you don't, you will, because he is amazing and great, and he is Dr. or Don McGrath. I mean, PhD. You can be called doctor, but I know that you like to be called Don, and I actually sometimes even call you brother at times now. And yeah, because that's what has happened, and that's what happens when you're in this kind of a community that has a lightness of heart and purpose. And Don McGrath is he's on our board of directors, the actual board. He is our secretary treasurer, and he has been so willing to give excellent counsel, excellent help, and so much more that we're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to type in the donate button here as you and I are talking. But why don't you introduce yourself a little bit more, and even if you want to even go into what is it about Chemo Buddies for Life that attracted you in the very beginning, and tell us a little bit about that.
Oh goodness, I think you said enough about it.
Oh no, I haven't. There's so much more. You know it. I know it.
I don't want to dwell too much on that, but I was an engineering leader for many, many years, and went on a journey of entrepreneurship, wrote 6 books, and now I love to speak and love to help other people in their journey, their entrepreneurial journey. So that's kind of what I do. I like to show people they can achieve things they never thought possible. I'm a rock climber, so I love to use rock climbing in those ways. So I was on the circuit of going to events and speaking and really honing my craft, networking, meeting people. And so I come across this woman, Tamara. So, I was like, who is this person? And she had so much energy, and everybody loved Tamara. I was like, I don't know who this Tamara is, but I love her too. And then, so I heard a little bit about what you were doing, and then we kept meeting.
Yeah. Like, it almost became clockwork. You almost
like clockwork. It's like, there's Tamara, yay! And then, I actually had a chance to sit with you, and you told me about Chemo Buddies for Life, and told me about your story than what I was hearing in the panel discussions or from the stage. And I shared with you the story how cancer has profoundly changed my life. Right. Not with my own personal illness, but my 2 parents, and how I lost my father when I was 7 years old to lung cancer. And so immediately there, that cemented a friendship that I still call you sis.
Yeah.
And I always invite you, day or night, I'm there for you in any way I can possibly help. And I want to give you a shout out for people who are watching and who just kind of know Tamara, maybe known her for 3-4 months. Let me tell you how much energy and personal energy and herself that she has put into this thing. So I just want to give you that shout out, because what you bring to this is just a bastion, a treasure chest of your experience and your love, and I love you for it. So thank you for everything you do.
Well, thank you, and I love you too. We just had an opportunity to share the love here in the last couple of weeks here in actual Vegas. You are up in Colorado, I'm in Southern California, yet we both had a reason to attend the same event, and we both spoke different times, different days, but it was an opportunity for us to kind of, if you will, get a break from some of the other stuff we've been doing, and kind of like, let's do this, and then let's kind of regroup and visit and brainstorm, or as you say, hashtag
just talk.
There you go. I love that.
Twice at that event, actually, I just talked with someone. Myself and Rydell, actually. We didn't get together for any purpose. We just said, let's have breakfast and talk. And we came
Right.
up with some amazing things. And then you at that same meeting. So anybody out there who uses hashtags, hashtag just talk, to encourage us to just don't necessarily have to have an objective for every time you meet with somebody. Just talk. Amazing things happen. And it did with us too. I walked away with some amazing insights, and I hope you did too.
Oh, I did. And you know, okay, one of the amazing insights this this is this man is the man that walks away and he has a PowerPoint or Excel spreadsheet ready and done because he is an engineer by trade, guys. He's a PhD by training and education. And he has now hashtag just talk. I think that explains Don McGrath to a T because you cannot assume anything about this man. Nothing. He's just so, you know, he's well-rounded, and yet you could actually, I love it when you do your shtick, your deal about, you know, you get up there and you're dressed in your stuff and then you start talking about, okay, guess what I do. And who would ever think it, right?
You never think, you know, look at me. I talk, when my sisters were talking, I used to tell the story about how when I was 15 years old, I joined the football team. And all you can see of me is like from my shoulders up. But if you saw me, you'd be like, you joined the football team? Really? I mean, it was the stupidest thing that ever happened. But I go on to say how, you know, because of that, and because I was so bad at that, the coach told me I should run track, and I went on to be a national class athlete. So, you know, I just am so honored to be associated with your cause, Service Heroes, Chemo Buddies for Life. And I feel like I can't do enough. And people who are out there listening, this is a fundraiser. And
Yes.
I personally love giving to Tamara and her causes. And I would urge you to. In fact, I hope somebody beats me out there. I hope so. I hope somebody like way surpasses what I do. So that's kind of my urging out to the folks who are watching this.
And I wanna let everybody know that there is on the post that I was doing for this telethon. If you guys noticed, there was one logo, and that one logo was because Don was the one that actually did help with some of the arrangements, and you know, he had given something to help make this happen, and that helped make it happen. It's amazing how when you have a little bit of help, it can go a long way. And so I thank you for that. And that little emblem on the bottom right hand corner, that is your contour leadership. Yes. And so yes, this is a fundraiser, and I have to say that we've had some fun. You started with a co-founder, and let's go into that so then we can go into the fun we've been having today with some of our fellow friends.
So I started. I'm co-founder of Speakers Pathway Coalition with my buddy Jim Grant, who I also met at an event. These events, have exploded my life. If you're out there, if you're an entrepreneur and you don't go to at least a few events a year, I would urge you to do it. It will change your entrepreneurial life. So I met Jim at an event, and we started seeing how there's a lot of people at speaker training that they were paying a ton of money, but they really weren't making progress. They weren't getting on stages. They weren't monetizing. And we went to several of these, and we said there must be a better way. So instead of just complaining about it, you know, Jim and I are both like, let's get it done. Let's try something. And so we created Speakers Pathway Coalition, and it's really to help people who have a message, they need to get out, and we want to help them get it out in a big way without having to spend thousands of dollars per day on training. So that's kind of it. And we couldn't do it alone, so we recruited people like Tamara, who was one of our executive training directors, Jay, who was on earlier, I saw, and Bill, who was on this morning when I joined with my cup of coffee. So just I'm so happy to be associated with that group, and we're changing people's lives.
Wow, you know, Yes, yes, we are, we are the thing that I have to say about the fact that you invited me to be a part of this group. Number one, I want to thank you because of the fact that it's an honor, and sitting next to Bill Heinrich, who is like the coach of the coach of the coaches. Let's just say this, guys. There's like hierarchy in the kind of coaching world. He's like up here, and there's not a lot of debate about that because the guy, he's incredible, and yet he's as humble as they come. And when he was called, it was like, sure, I'll be there. And but that's how it was with every one of the other 8 that you and Jim ended up calling. And so and the thing about it is I'm the new kid in the industry, and so I and you were really smart in the way that you handled that, because it was just, hey, Tam, hey, sis, I got a group of people coming. I think you would like to be a part of it. I know you show up. Why don't you come on up to this? Okay, of course, you said it. I'm there. And everybody else had kind of a clue what was going on, sitting there like, okay, what is this? What are we doing? What is this about? How do we, what? And then all of a sudden I'm realizing that, that this is going to be a team, and it's a coalition, and I was being invited to be a part of it. And then I'm thinking, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. And it was one of the biggest blessings and gifts that you've given to me is opening me up to these amazing people, that because you guys picked, it was genius in the way you did it. My background being a recruiter, I looked at it and I'm thinking, wow, this was just absolutely genius. You picked the very best for what you believed. It wasn't necessarily who's the biggest earner or any of those kind of best. It was the very best for what you were looking for in different disciplines. And my discipline, you saw, is a movement discipline, and so you invited me in on that, and I thank you for that. And what it did was, when I was telling the story earlier about Jay Johnson, and so that's why I wanted to share this, is that when we were all, and when we kind of realized what was going on, there was an evening, and you were like, okay, we're done, right? And Monique's like, no. I mean, this arm's going,
we're not done.
no. Like, And the energy in that arm was like, okay, I think we're going to be here for hours. We were.
Oh, yeah.
But it was probably some of the best hours that we spent with everybody. And in that time, that's when I finally saw what was really going to happen and the genius of it. And that's when, what I shared earlier, after all of that, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I can do these things, but these things over here, I don't have that skill yet. I know I can, I will, I don't have it yet. And that's when Jay said, does anybody need some help? Just let me know.
And that's the thing, is I kind of look at the team that we selected as like either the League of Justice or the Super Friends. I don't know how you want to look at it, but everybody has their talent, right? And brings that talent to the table. And Jim likes to say, we're like the pizza, everybody's got a piece. Everybody brings their piece to the party. And I have to say, I've become a huge believer in destiny, because honestly, I don't know. In some cases, I don't know what made sense and what didn't. But here's the thing is, where we're headed now is working with veterans. Where our first big event is going to be for veterans in Colorado Springs. We have over 100,000 veterans in the Colorado Springs area. And
Great.
We're use that event to create a stage to have our members come on and get experience. So Okay, now was it genius to bring Tamara into the team? Obviously. Now, I only, it seemed like an obvious thing to me at the time, but now it's completely obvious. It's like the hand of destiny. Jim and I talk about this every time we talk, how it's like the hand of destiny is reaching down, tapping Jim and Don on the shoulder saying, here's something you need to go do. And to be honest, sometimes I don't know where I find the energy, but I do. Just like you find the energy to your causes, I find the energy for this, because the hand of destiny is like urging me, tapping me on the shoulder, and same as you.
So, and I love that because, I do come from San Diego, obviously, military there. And then I have other family that is military and they're veterans. And I actually have one that just moved to your area that I'm excited about, that my godson is there and my niece. And so it's really exciting. And so this is an area that's near and dear to my heart, and I'm really very excited about where that's all going to help support these individuals that absolutely need it. And so the idea here, and the thing that I am so thrilled to be sharing, is that we here I'm seeing yes, Super Ninja Jet Fuel.
Super Ninja Jet Fuel.
Oh, Gigi from Hawaii. In fact, Gigi is going to be on later. She's on at 9 o'clock Pacific time. And we have Amy. Amy, if you didn't see hour number, I think it was 4. Hour number 4, you got to see it, Don. It was pretty funny. And Jay was very much a part of it. He really egged us on. It was a great time. And there's Sharon.
Sharon, awesome.
Sharon, saying hi to you, of course. So let's do this. We're down. We're at this time now. We need to really start stepping it up. It's 2:20 in the afternoon. We now are on hour number 15, and we have a goal, and let's do this. Let's really put an hour goal out on this now. I know that you said that you were going to kind of talk about what it is that you are offering, and I just appreciate it so much. And we kind of put it out there that if someone came in with a certain amount, and I like the way that Jay did it, and he's the master of this stuff, and so I'm learning all the time from everyone here, and when he did and it's been extended now into some of the hours, and that is the first ones to come in with this amount are going to be the winners, and that it, because it creates that urgency. And you have, let's talk about what it is that you're offering, and then let's come up with something, and let's make that happen, because you really, everybody that's ever worked with you, everybody, they have nothing but amazing things to say, because you really, this man will never toot his horn, but let's just say this: you're a PhD, right? You are an engineer by trade. But you also worked with the human aspect of your team, so you were able to help. That's well-roundedness. You are a master rock climber, and you use those skills, the rock climbing skills, with analogies on how to do stuff. You have had a number of truly best-selling books. You have participated in some of them, and then you've got and then you you are, how many patents do you have?
I have 36 U.S. patents.
That's a few.
I have a few. Yeah.
A few. Okay, so if you haven't gotten the idea yet, here, guys, this man, and you have influenced many of some of the speakers that are out there that are doing some things. You will, without even, you just see the need, and I see you start writing crazy, and I'm thinking, man, he must be really interested in that. And then it's like, oh, I have ideas on how, if they do this and they do that, it's going to be, and then they do it, and what ends up happening, they have an amazing presentation that is just doing some amazing stuff. So with that said,
I'm blushing and I'm humble and I'm all of those things. So
yeah, you're just a good guy that has a lot to give, and you're willing to do it. So with that, my brother, my bro, my board treasurer secretary,
all
let's
right,
talk.
let's up the ante. I want somebody to step up there, and I want to work with. I love working with people of action. Okay, and I love working with people who go big. It's like go big or go home used to be what I said when I was at the peak of my when I used to do really long rock climbs, 2,000 foot long. Go big or go home. Either you're going to go to the top, or you just turn tail and go home. So what I'm offering is this program that I've developed, and we're auctioning it off today. It's called the Claim Your Summit program, and it's really aimed to help you set a big, hairy, audacious goal, or a BHAG. If you read business books, you've probably heard of a BHAG coined by Jim Collins. It's a goal that takes a decade to achieve, or certainly years. It's something you can't do now. You actually have to become a different person to do. It's something that is life-changing, world-changing, really, really big. And I've accomplished several of them in my life, and I've come up with ways of doing that. So it's a program that helps you to craft, using some exercises that I put together. What is your BHAG? What is that that you want your life to be like 10 years from now? And I have a process to walk you through of how do we create a plan to get you moving toward that. And then how do you shift some of the self-limiting beliefs that hold you back? I mean, I learned a lot of this from working with the rock climbers I work with. I work on their mental training. I wrote this book, Vertical Mind, which is about mental training for rock climbing. So I use some of these same belief bending techniques in this program. So, and then there's also a time management piece. I was an engineering executive. I managed groups of hundreds of engineers, contributed over $20 billion to the bottom line of the companies that I worked for. And I couldn't have done that if I wasn't super efficient with my time. So I'm offering this program, which comes with this box. It's got all kinds of CDs and binders. You can do it in either longhand, you can do it on PDFs, you can listen. So there's all kinds of ways you can submit. And I will coach you for 3 months.
Wow.
So this isn't just a box. This isn't shelf help. This is not going to go. The only way this will be on the shelf help is if you take it, put it on a shelf, and don't call me. Okay? The minute you call me, this becomes real help. And what I want to offer, I really want to go big on this. Okay? Is it okay with you if I go big on this?
Absolutely. Go big. I would love it.
I'm going to up the ante on this one because, I truly believe so much in this cause. I want to give so much to this cause. So this is 3 months of my time coaching you, plus the cost of this program. That together would be $1,500 is what I would charge someone to engage with me as their coach and do this program. For the person who comes in and purchases and auction and gives Chemo Buddies for Life and Service Heroes gives and donates the full price of that, $1,500, I'm also going to do a mastermind with them where they can come to Colorado Springs. I will mastermind with them for a day. I will train them on how to rock climb. And then we will, on another day, go into the mountains of Colorado Springs. I will bring them on the 7-stage rock climbing adventure course that I have. That's valued at $2,500. So all told, is it okay if I can dig on this, Tamara?
Oh yeah. This is a surprise, guys. So okay, that's why I'm having this reaction.
I heard, Jay's going big. I'm going big. I really want to work with someone. I want to work with someone who sees it. I want to work with someone who loves this cause, who understands that cancer touches all of us. Yeah. And I want to work with you on this program to help you define your BHAG and change your life. I want to bring you into the mountains and show you things that you can do things you never thought possible. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So who's going to be the person to step up? I agree. First person, full price, $1,500. Donate to Chemo Buddies for Life. I'll coach you for 3 months. Get this program, and we'll set up a time. It'll probably be in the spring or summer of 2019. We'll mastermind for a day. I'll teach you how to climb, and then we'll go out in the mountains. How's that?
Oh, wow. I know there's a lot of people that know your abilities and your skills, and I can't see that there's going to, I really believe that you're going to have someone that's going to say, okay, yeah, that I'm in. All of that, absolutely. You actually, I don't understand rock climbing, so I'm not even going to pretend to, but there's different levels, right, of it. And why don't you explain what level you're at so they understand what that really means?
Sure. There's levels, and there's a grading system. It's called the Yosemite Decimal Grading System. It starts at 5.0, which is, it's the point where you're climbing up something and you probably feel like you should have a rope on because you could fall, and if you fell, you could get hurt. So most of us have been on some kind of a hike where we might have been scrambling up a rock or a really steep place and thought, gosh, if I fall, I could get hurt. That's kind of like what they call 5.0, and that's the lowest level of technical climbing. Then if you move up to an advanced level, that would be the 5.10 level. And that's where you might be it'd be like climbing the underside of a ladder that's at about an angle like that. So it's tiring, it's physically demanding. Not everyone can do it. That'd be an advanced level. I climb at the 5.13 level, and this is where it's like this, and the holds are really small. And it's an elite level. That's considered an elite level climbing.
So you guys, this is an elite level climber, and he's an educator. He's a teacher. He's someone that actually, I know, excuse me, for a fact that I have witnessed when you have worked with someone and you've been able to coach, and of which you've done that with me more than once, more than twice, more than many times, and I so appreciate it. And I know that your style is unique because of the fact that you really do learn, you absorb, you watch, I don't want to say you dissect, but pretty darn close, because you think mathematically. However, you also think in a real personal way. You think with your heart also, and that's a rare combination. So to be able to mastermind with someone that has achieved the type of success that you have achieved in academia, going to school, and you had to really want your degrees to get them. It's not like you just did it, one degree after another degree after another, where you didn't have.
One of the most proud things that I've done is I did get my PhD while I was working full time, and right. that was probably one of the longest marathon I was ever in. It was 8 years. So yeah, I tend to try to do some big things, and I don't know, my style is I don't have the answers. I know I don't have the answers. What I know are when I see something that doesn't seem to make sense to me. Right. When I get into a discussion with someone that could be an argument, I always think to myself, and I say this to my wife, I can always lose an argument. I'm happy to lose an argument, but I'm a hard person to out logic. So I look at things and I say, does that really make sense? Does that really always have to be that way? And so when I coach, I just ask a lot of questions. And I find that and you know, because we've spent
Right.
many hours, and I seldom give, once in a while I give advice, once in a while I do know the answer.
Only if I think you actually give advice when, at least what I have found, when you feel that the person really is looking for that advice. You feel it, and then you'll ask permission for before it. You don't just dive in. You never just dive in. And it's always like with me, it's like, of course, but that's me. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, that maybe they have to think about it. With me, it's just like, no, I absolutely trust what you have to say is what you truly believe would be in my best personal or professional interest, and that is something that you have, people have to earn that. You've definitely earned that with not only just me, with so many. And so that's why I know with what it is that you're offering right now, guys, I just know that it is something that you're going to want to take advantage of. And so how do you want me to go about for them to contact me, to go ahead and donate, and then messenger me and say, okay, I've just done this? And so then what I'll do is I'll post whenever we are done with any of these offers. I will start posting and say, okay, this one's gone, and so that people will know that. And I may even do it on the banner, and so that's really very easy to see, and so we know that it's it's a done deal. Because with this kind of a streaming media situation, it's not like it's just a one time, okay, we're turning on the TV, we're sitting here, and then once they get up from those phones, it's a done deal. This is going to have a bit of a a life until for a while, and so we'll want to let people know.
Whenever the person stands up that wants to work with me and wants to be part of this mission and cause to change the world and affect so many people's lives, then just put me in contact with them, and I'd love to serve them in whatever way I can, and I will bring my whole heart to it. That's my promise. My promise is I'm all in on everything I do. You know this, right? So,
absolutely.
When you talk to any of the people that I've worked with, you're my client for life, even if you're not paying me. People that I'm still in touch with and still coaching them because I just have to. I feel compelled to do it. I'm not asking for anything in return. What I want is every one of us to achieve our wildest dreams. I mean, I'm living the life of my dreams right now. Mm-hmm. I feel compelled because I know other people can do it too, and I know everybody has a dream, and it's my purpose in my life to make those come true.
I love it. Well, thank you very much for that. I love it. I absolutely love it. I want to talk a little bit more about what it is that one of the first exercises you ever had me do, and I think that this really also shows the way that you think and the way that you handle working with someone, is that I needed, I was still getting, Chemo Buddies was not quite fully as defined as it is now, and a lot of it is because of the discussions that we've had and some of the other people that have been working with me, and so that we've been able to really start honing it down and figuring out what is it that we can offer that makes sense, that can actually make a difference for the community and for the mission that we're working on. And one of the first exercises way back in the day, you had me do the 10-year plan. And if it's okay, I would love to talk about that a little bit, because I think that the thing that you really let me internalize was that, yes, I've always been very goal oriented. I was a Franklin Covey, graduate. I was up in Salt Lake City. I even, filmed with them. I I would get their books and stuff and work through it. I was in their pilot program for, to be able to do, write what worked, what didn't work, and all that kind of neat stuff, because I had a friend that was in management and I loved the program. And so I was just a lucky person at the right place at the right time. That's really all it was. But I learned a lot, right? And so I thought I knew a lot, but you have a really great way of being able to boil things down simply, that simple things are not always simple, are they?
Right. Yeah. And it's actually the first exercise. I call it the BHAG builder, the Big Hairy Audacious Goal Builder. It's what I call a future casting exercise. And what I ask people who work with me to do is put aside all things, all constraints. Put aside money, put aside what you're physically capable of, put aside where you live, put aside who you know, just put everything aside and think 10 years from now. And to make it real, it's 10 years from today. You wake up, and where do you wake up? Specifically, like what city, what town, what house, what room. So you wake up where? And then, well, who are you with? And then answer a question, well, what's the first thing you do? Well, what do you do in the morning? What do you eat for breakfast? What do you eat for lunch? Where do you visit? Who do you have meetings with? What big project did you just complete? What new project are you super excited about? When I did this the last time, and the project that I just completed was I had just finished a speaking tour of 65 countries, and I spoke on stages of 15,000 people each. So am I capable of doing that today? No, but don't worry about that. Like, what do I want my life to be like? I want to wake up, I put my feet on the ground. What do I want that to be like? And so this exercise walks you through an entire day where you write down specifically, like, you answer questions like that. And what that does is it makes it very real. It really makes you think about, making that real. Not kind of what do I want, what do I want? No, what do I want my life to be like? And then from that, you answer the question, well, what has to happen in order for me to do that, in order to wake up that day, right? What has to happen? Well, for me, it was, I have to be a great speaker, like a great speaker, not an okay speaker. In 65 countries on 15,000 person stages, I have to be like one of the top speakers in the world. So then we back out from that plan, and you can start marching toward it. So that's that exercise. And everyone I've worked with has been, it sounds simple, but they're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I had permission to do it.
Right.
You told me not to pay attention to reality. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed you're not capable of doing it today. So I'm asking you who you want to become. And then we just got to figure out how to get there. I mean, it's just really simple, but that exercise is incredibly powerful.
It is, and I can absolutely confirm that, because I still, down to the point where I started like smelling, what did it smell like? What did it feel like? What, all the different senses, because it was becoming so real for me. And I go back to that all the time. And so I thank you for that. And I just wanted people to see what it was, that kind of like how your mind thinks, because it's pretty incredible when you are working with someone that, if you will, so brilliant, which you truly are brilliant, and yet humble and caring, and just fun, just absolutely fun. And now gone. No, here he comes back. No, he didn't run away. But
also one thing is, I know when we worked together, you kind of wrote that down, but then we got on the phone.
Right.
And I was like, is that really what you want? Is that really
right? Right.
Like, that doesn't sound like what you said over here. And so I'll ask you a bunch of questions, and at the end, it's just super clear. It's like you walk away with like, this is it. This is the thing I have to go make happen.
Right. Right.
I have to go make happen, and that brings to fruition that life.
Right. Exactly. Yep. And hi, Raquel, and one of our favorite people. I wonder if you're in town. She's flying away. She's speaking all over the place now, and she's back on the road again, and is loving it. And I love it when people. She was one that really had her goals in mind, very clear, been very, and then life kind of shook her up a bit, and so then she went back out there and just kicking it. And I love it when you see people that it's just like everything that we've been talking about today, that alignment, that that and it's I could not have even, and I have to total disclosure that there are some people that I feel really bad because I really wanted them to be on with them. Okay, I gotta stop. All hands on deck. Yes, absolutely. Come by. We're just gonna end up having a party down here in a little bit. There's food and everything, so come on by. See you soon. Love you. We're at the Red Rock. We're in the Canyon View A, so come on down. So the whole thing here is that that when you I was out there talking with all these people, and I really wanted so many of them to come on, and we started like visiting and stuff, and then it didn't happen where all of them could, and if it was me that didn't get back to you, please understand that it wasn't because I didn't want to. I have been working nonstop to try to, because we had some hiccups, and did not. I haven't wanted to ignore anyone, but I absolutely love you all, and don't take it personal if I didn't get back and we were able to get your time in there, because there's going to be plenty of other events that we're going to have, and I want to be doing some spectacular things, and we think outside the box, right? Especially Chemo Buddies for life. Totally. Well, Tamara thinks outside the box. I'm sorry, I don't have a box. But I have my. I have to say, I did not pick my board by accident, and it took a little while for me to get it to the place that it's at. And I've got people like Don McGrath, who is a better secretary treasurer for a nonprofit than a man that is a PhD engineer, entrepreneur, multiple patents, that has to do stuff legally, and we have another one of we have volunteers starting to come in. We have some of my friends, and this should tell you, everybody here, the quality of Chemo Buddies for life, because who is our board president but a paralegal that has been teaching people about being wise in their money and investments, and not losing them, and has been out there with nonprofits for a long period of time as the board president. The vice president, we have someone that is an excellent entrepreneur, that is a serial entrepreneur, and knows how to do it in the social media environment. Incredible. And then we have Don McGrath. I mean, here we go. And right now, and at some point, we're going to be expanding it to 5. Hasn't happened yet, but there are some people in the works, and we'll be talking about that at some point. And the whole thing here is to have a successful nonprofit. Yes, you have to have a forward-thinking executive director. You have to have a team of people that are out there making it happen, but you got to have a board that believes in the cause. You have to have people that are there and are willing to say, okay, what are we doing now? And and check and balance, because that also gives you a level of security that this is not just a fly-by-night operation. It is an actual valid nonprofit that is doing something to help others, and that is to see that no one faces cancer alone, that we are healing through connections, and that we are a buddy network that is going global, and no one is going to have to feel isolated any longer. They're going to have plenty of humor, hope, and heart. And this board is helping to make that happen.
I also know that a lot of people are on today, not necessarily because of me or because of maybe the last guest. They are on here because of you, Tamara. And I want to say you have an attractive force that pulls people toward you. And anyone who is listening who doesn't know Tamara very well, get to know Tamara. She is a force to be reckoned with. And Chemo Buddies, I've seen Tamara. I know you've been working at this for quite some time, putting incredible amounts of energy. This organization is past the tipping point. And this is the point where it's like all we need is, as Gigi said, we just need some super ninja jet fuel.
Yeah, that's the organization. Ninja jet fuel time. Yes,
it's super ninja jet fuel time, and this is what my personal request. Anybody who knows Don, anybody who's tuned in because you know me, I would urge you to step up and get pour some super ninja jet fuel on this organization and this cause, because that's what it needs right now. It's past the tipping point, and when you get past the tipping point, you need to accelerate. You want to accelerate. That's your opportunity to accelerate. And Tamara shaking her head. Good. I'm saying I'm not.
I'm in total agreement, because
past the tipping point.
And sorry to step on your words, but I really want to make this point very clear. I was not going to do this until I thought or I knew that we were there. I just wasn't. I have held back. And so I continue, Don, because I just want people to understand that it took a while for me to even, working this nonstop, to say, okay, yes, we're there. We can blast off, and we are ready for that super ninja. What is it called?
Super ninja jet fuel, and that's what we need from people watching.
Jet fuel time. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get that. Super ninja jet fuel time.
I got another. We gotta have more T-shirts. There's not enough T-shirts in the world, so we need your help.
Okay. Show your T-shirt again. I took down the banner. There it is. Stage Warrior. I love that. That's a Preston J creation.
Totally. Couldn't do it without him.
Yeah, excellent job. Yeah.
But people who are out there, if you're watching, if anyone in your family or friends have been affected by cancer, and I almost can't believe there's anyone on who that is not true for. Yeah. I've been in the room when Tamara's done her talk, where she says, if cancer has touched you, stand up. Mm-hmm. She asked it 2 or 3 more times, and the whole frickin' room is standing up.
There's no one untouched. Where was I just recently? Where was I? Oh, it was at the High Performance Summit, I think, that I asked it only once, and everybody was standing. Only once.
Yeah.
So
this touches so many people's lives. So please, we're past that tipping point. We need the Super Ninja Jet Fuel. The Super Ninja Jet Fuel. We should have made T-shirts for that, but we didn't. Super Ninja Jet Fuel.
Please, I love it.
Either take my offer up, donate $1,500 to Chemo Buddies, and you'll work with me like I said in my offer, or whatever it is. If it's $5, $10, whatever it is, whatever you can spare. We know everybody's at a different place.
Right.
But please, in this giving season, on this Giving Tuesday, Super Ninja Jet Fuel. Stage Warrior, Bill, absolutely.
Yeah. And I can't say thank you enough to all of the friends there with the coalition and the team, and the support that you guys have given to me. And it is pretty significant what we're doing with the coalition. However, it is just as significant. And I don't want to say this in any which way, but when you have a cause that truly is life, it affects life, not only the quality of life, but actually the length of it. And there's not many people that has passed of cancer that you wouldn't want them back for a day.
That's right.
That one day.
That's right. That's where you draw your energy from. That's where you draw your energy from, and you know, I've seen it for over a year now of just super ninja jet fuel coming out of you. I mean, I don't know where you get the super ninja jet fuel.
Well, right now, I don't either. I don't either. I'm pulling it from my tiptoes.
So if I can say a little bit about this really special event for veterans, can I share something?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Absolutely.
So we've got this event in Colorado Springs for veterans. It's to teach them about entrepreneurship, and Tamara will be there. The rest of Jay and some of the other folks who have been on will be there teaching the veterans. But a side benefit of this is the coalition is creating the stage so that we can get people who are our members on a stage, and we can get them experience on the stage. And so, I guess if there's anybody out there who wants to speak, who feels that speaking is something, they have a message that they need to get out to the world in a bigger way, and speaking is a way you want to do it, get in touch with me. I have an incredible opportunity. No one else that I'm aware of has ever done anything like this, and we're doing it because we want to change some people's lives. We want to pour super ninja jet fuel on the speaking careers of 20 people.
We do. And I have to mention this, Sharon, Sharon being our senior ambassador, she gets it because she's lost some of her very favorite. We every day there can be things that happen with Chemo Buddies for life, and we've had a lot of wins lately. Sharon just had an experience, a loving experience, but it's never easy when you want that extra day. You want that extra day with someone, and so I get that, Sharon. I get it, and our hearts are with you. Absolutely, you're always there for everyone else. Let us be there for you and share the love. So,
I say, Sharon, for all you do, I know you're on there. You're supporting things. I see you're in social media.
Oh, she's everywhere.
And I really appreciate you. And a big shout out for all the work that you and your extended team, including Sharon, are doing to just help so many people.
Yeah, and guys, if you don't understand, this is a buddy volunteer group of which we just renamed our ambassador group. It is now called the Ambassador Coalition, after our very first ambassador, Kimberly Cole. And we made that official today with her daughter. And that was a beautiful moment. And we're so very excited about that. And she calls me sis, but she shares her mom with me. We share the love around our group. So thank you. You're welcome. So as we are about to close this hour, Dawn, I'm putting back up the PayPal link, and then also want to go over this offer, first come, first get an amazing experience, and that is to get some one-on-one. And let me tell you, I've had a lot of one-on-one, but I have never, ever had the one-on-one rock climbing thing and this whole amazing experience that he's throwing in. And I have heard about them. I have seen it on film. this is going to be something that you will never forget.
I guarantee you will never forget it. And I will not put you into a situation where you're not comfortable. I design it for your capabilities. I spend a day with you. I get to know what you're capable of. And I design this obstacle course so that you'll be successful. But you will never forget it. It will change your life. I guarantee that it will change your life. And you know, and when I give my talks, you know, I say success rewards
action.
Right?
Yep. Right.
I want to work with people of action. So if you're out there right now and you're thinking, I want to change my life, I want to do things I never thought possible, I need some help. Don sounds like a really great guy. I want to give this a chance. Take some action. Take some action. Yep. Make the donation. Let's get going. Let's get the party started.
Let's get the party started. I love it. You expect the music to start. Next, I'm going to have music.
I can't.
We're just playing it in our minds right now. Oh, we got the party started. In fact, why don't you guys come over here real quick and say goodbye to Don, and you're going to be so excited to see who we've got the party starting with. We've got
so much for having
I am here. I'm just a minute. I got to get rid of this one thing, and that is just like it has a life of its own. So we're ending it right there. Okay, we did away with it. Okay, look what we got here. Hi, bud. Okay. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
we are starting the party. Yes, and so we got some amazing stuff going on. We've got another one that's even called. Do you know Don McGrath? Yeah, Rodney. Yes, Rodney, you got to come over here, and you got to say.
Just walked in.
We got Rodney here, and we're just ending with Don, and so I'm gonna get down really low here, and you can come on over here. There is Christmas tree.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. All right.
I'm so happy you're there. I wish I could be there with you.
Yes.
You are in spirit, and you know you've been great this week, this hour, and it's been wonderful. And you know, guys, someone's gonna rise to the occasion and have an amazing experience with Ms. Man and start 2019 off in the very best possible way. Thank you very much, Don. We're going to make that happen.
All right.
And I can't wait to see pictures of the person that did this. And we are going to blast it all over social media in regards to social with Chemo Buddies for Life. And so you're going to get that kind of exposure, which quite honestly, Chemo Buddies for Life and Service Heroes, we have a decent pull. You know, we have
bring down the internet that day. We will bring down the internet.
I mean, you know, and we throw in our little friends over there at the Easy Way and that network, and then some of the other networks. Oh my gosh, that are starting to pick us up. That's huge. So you know what? We're going to throw that in. In fact, this picture opportunity will be thrown in with all of the spectacular offers that have been made today. That let's make it happen, because you are, as far as I'm concerned, service heroes extraordinaire, helping to make Chemo Buddies for Life a stable and growing nonprofit that is affecting people throughout the world. So thank you.
Super Ninja.
Yeah, Super Ninja Jet Fuel.
Signing off.
Signing off. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.